Why has China remained unified in one empire and ethnic group, while Europe and India fragmented into rival kingdoms despite the Roman and Mauryan Empire? So you see, the thing is that China, it is a myth that China has always been one unified nation or one unified empire or one unified ethnic group. The Han Chinese are the dominant people inside China today. Let's take a look at the map of China. So here we are, to our east is China, this here is China. So throughout the history of China, China has been at war with itself. China has always had competing dynasties, competing kingdoms, competing empires. China has always been at war with itself. The present day map of China does not reflect the true reality of China's history. This entire region, if you can see my mouse pointer, Tibet and so-called Xinjiang, it is not Chinese territory. Historically, it has never been. This region south of Mongolia, which is actually historically part of Mongolia, has been absorbed by China in the last 70, 80, 90 years. And again, east of China, the region of Heilongjiang and Manchuria, etc., doesn't really belong to China historically. So this is what China has achieved. This is essentially the largest China has ever been under, and that too under one political dispensation, under one regime. But historically, China has been a fragmented nation. It is home to many, many minority ethnic groups, which are basically subsumed under this overwhelming, overpowering Han culture and supremacy. So we have to understand what China really is. China, this is an accident of history that China is of this shape and size today. China has always had trouble. It has always been fragmented. It has had rebellion after rebellion, civil war after civil war, incredibly brutal civil wars, my friend. I can give you some examples. For example, you had the An Lushan rebellion in the 8th century, I think. About 36 million Chinese died in that. It was a civil war within China, right? You had the transition from the Ming to the Qing dynasties in the 17th century. At least 25, 30 million Chinese died in that conflict. Again, a civil war. You had the Taiping rebellion in the middle of the 19th century. Between 50 to 100 million Chinese died at the hands of their own country people. And again, in the 19th century, you had the Dungan Revolt, in which 10 to 20 million Chinese died at the hands of their own country people. China has always, throughout history, over the past 2,500 of history, been a nation, a culture of civilization, a people that has been at war with itself again and again and again, repeatedly. So please understand, this image that is projected today by the media and by Hollywood and by China itself, that China has always been this enormous empire, that is a myth. Okay? China has had what's called dynastic cycles, repeated cycles of ups and downs, and civil war after civil war. So the answer to your question is, this is a myth. China has never had a long period of stability where it is completely unified. It's always had trouble and civil wars.